All right, Packers fans, take a deep breath. The headline sounds worse than it is. Yes, Jordan Love, your starting quarterback and the post-Rodgers future of Green Bay, just had surgery on his throwing hand. But before you panic, let's break down exactly what happened, why he chose surgery, and why this might actually be the smartest move he could have made with Week 1 still on the horizon. So buckle in. This is not just an injury update. It's a look inside how NFL players make high-stakes decisions that affect their season, their health, and their careers. Jordan Love's injury happened quietly. There wasn't a dramatic tackle or bone-jarring sack. It was the final play of the Packers' first preseason game. Love took the snap, made the throw, and came off the field feeling something a little off. At first, nothing major, just a weird tweak in the thumb. But by the next morning, it became clear this wasn't just a jammed finger. Imaging revealed a tear in the ulnar collateral ligament, also known as skier's thumb, a fairly common injury among athletes who rely heavily on grip and hand control. For a quarterback like Love, any injury to the throwing hand is a big deal. This isn't just about pain, it's about grip strength, ball control, release timing, and the ability to zip passes with accuracy and velocity. At this point in his career, Jordan Love is not in a position to take risks. Every rep counts, every throw matters, and that's exactly why Love and the Packers medical staff didn't take this lightly. Within days, Love was in Los Angeles, meeting with renowned hand specialist Dr. Stephen Shin, the same surgeon trusted by countless pro athletes. On Tuesday, Love underwent surgery to repair the torn ligament. The timing? Impeccable. With nearly a full month before the Packers kick off their regular season, this gives him a rare window to heal without missing meaningful action. Speaking to the press, Love said he never considered trying to play through it, not when surgery could fix the issue now and give him full functionality by Week 1. If this were in the middle of the season, he admitted, it would probably be something we wouldn't get the surgery on. That's an important distinction. Players often face a brutal choice: play hurt and risk worsening the injury, or shut it down and recover, even if that means letting the team down or missing games. In Love's case, the decision was simplified by timing. He had an entire preseason ahead of him, a supportive coaching staff, and the chance to rehab properly without the pressure of an upcoming must-win game. That's rare in the NFL, and Love took advantage of the moment to prioritize his health and long-term performance. This wasn't just a medical decision. It was a leadership one too. Love showed maturity by putting the team first. Instead of hiding the injury or pushing through with compromised mechanics, he took the path that ensures he'll be at 100% when it actually counts. That sends a message to the locker room. It says, I'm here for the long haul. And while fans may have initially reacted with concern, the move proves that Love and the Packers organization are playing the long game. So what's the recovery timeline? According to Love and the team, things are moving fast. He's expected to ease back into practice as early as next week. That means he'll start with light throwing drills, getting the feel for the ball again, testing grip strength, and regaining his rhythm. What he won't do right away is take snaps under center or hand off the ball, both movements that put pressure directly on the thumb. Those activities will come a little later in the rehab process. Jordan Love told reporters, once I get throwing and moving around and things like that, we'll just play it by ear. That's exactly what the team wants to hear. No pressure, no rush, just a player doing everything right to come back strong. The medical team will monitor his progress, and coaches will adjust his practice workload based on how he feels each day. If all goes according to plan, Love will be ready to roll with zero limitations by the time Week 1 arrives. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. This isn't just about a thumb. It's about how the Packers are managing their new franchise QB. After years of watching Aaron Rodgers tough out injury after injury, the organization is taking a different approach with Love. They're being cautious, deliberate, and transparent. That builds trust between player and staff, between player and fans, and between Love and his teammates. It's all part of building the foundation for a successful season and career. There's also an interesting contrast in how injuries are handled depending on timing. If this had happened during Week 7, we might be having a totally different conversation. Love might be in a brace, gutting it out, tweaking his throwing motion to adjust. Instead, the Packers are benefiting from an injury happening early enough to handle properly. It's one of those rare blessings in disguise situations that reminds us how unpredictable and strategic the NFL really is behind the scenes. For Love, personally, this situation is another chapter in his development. He's had to be patient his entire career, waiting behind Rodgers, dealing with criticism, and now managing his first injury as QB1. He's handled every moment with professionalism, and this is no different. From a leadership standpoint, this is exactly what you want in your quarterback. Someone who makes the smart call, keeps his emotions in check, and communicates clearly with the team and the media. The real test, of course, comes in Week 1. Fans will be watching closely. Every throw, every snap, every decision, it'll all be scrutinized. But if Love comes out sharp, confident, and effective, this little injury scare will be just that, a blip. And if he struggles, well, at least the team knows it did everything possible to set him up for success. No one rushed him. No one pushed him beyond his limits. That kind of thoughtful management can make all the difference over a 17-game season. So what can we take away from this story? Simple. Injuries are part of the game, but how you handle them reveals a lot about a player and a franchise. Jordan Love didn't panic. He didn't try to be a hero. He made a mature decision to protect his future and come back stronger. And the Packers backed him 100%. That's what winning cultures do. Now the countdown to Week 1 begins, and all eyes are on QB1. Will Love deliver? Only time will tell. But if this is any indication, the kid's got the mindset of a leader. Packers fans, it's going to be a fascinating season. Now let's talk about the pressure cooker that is being a starting quarterback in the NFL, especially one stepping into the shoes of a legend. For Jordan Love, every move he makes is under a microscope, whether it's a missed throw in practice, or in this case, opting for surgery in preseason. There's no shortage of opinions from media, analysts, or fans. But what Love has shown throughout this process is a level of composure and maturity that goes beyond his years. He's not trying to prove himself by rushing back into reps or playing through pain. He's earning respect by making smart decisions, setting boundaries, and focusing on long-term success. That kind of mindset is rare in a league that glorifies toughness over everything, and it's a big part of why Green Bay believes he's the right guy to lead the team into its next chapter. Another under-the-radar aspect of this situation is how it affects team chemistry. When a QB gets hurt, even slightly, it can create a ripple effect in the locker room. Players start to question depth, game planning, and chemistry with backup QBs. But Love staying engaged during this rehab period is helping avoid all of that. He's still in meetings, still on the sidelines, still part of walkthroughs. That level of involvement sends a message. I'm still the guy. I'm still leading this team, even if I'm not taking snaps this week. That quiet, consistent presence is what builds trust, not just with coaches, but with wideouts, linemen, and the entire offense. And when he does return to full speed, the transition will feel seamless because he never really left. Looking ahead, the Packers now find themselves in a strong position. They've got their QB1 taking care of business off the field while continuing to grow into his leadership role. The training staff has earned trust for handling the injury with care, and the fan base, while naturally anxious, can take comfort knowing the organization is prioritizing both short-term performance and long-term stability. Jordan Love may have taken a brief step back physically, but in terms of development, leadership, and trust, this moment might be one of his biggest steps forward yet. As preseason wraps and the countdown to Week 1 continues, one thing is clear. Love is healing, focused, and ready to write the next chapter of his story, one throw at a time.